better at Smash, League of Legends, literally any game you can think of, make sure you hit up Metafy because they've got coaches that can take you from zero to hero in any game you can conceive of.
Yeah, and a fat 15% off with the code TGS15, by the way. The gaming stadium is what TGS is, the proprietors of the Pinnacle. So
yes,
please check out Metafy.gg. Last himself is actually a coach on there.
I am.
You know what? You might even be able to find me soon. I'm going crazy full-time with Nick, and I think I've got a lot to teach some new or experienced players. But, you know, I'm not there yet, so.
So I actually do think that they were talking about instituting some Nickelodeon coaching, and I definitely think that you will be at the top of that list going into it. And like you just said, if you want a really quick, really easy start, Metafy takes like 5 minutes to sign up for, and you can get 15% off of a lesson with TGS15 as your code. You can find me as well as a bajillion other coaches like MK Leo, Mewtwo King, Riddles, who we're going to see later on in this bracket, all there ready to...
Hazmat, bro.
Hazmat as well.
Shout out Hazmat.
He's the guy who made Mars look foolish, if you don't know.
Yeah, embarrassing a top 4 player in the world. Can't get any better than that. But either way, guys, yeah, we got some extremely talented top 4 Canadian, potentially, players in the world. All of Ontario's best, all of BC's best are here, and they're fighting for this title. This, you know, a lot of top players were supposed to come to this event but couldn't make it last minute, and I think the story is so much more exciting without them. I'm going to be real. East versus West Canada, something that has not yet been answered in Ultimate.
Yeah, I think if we saw MK Leo Mars Winners Finals for the bajillionth time, it would have been slightly less exciting than seeing the Canadians trying to get that East versus West crown claimed. And JW actually, a little bit earlier before he faced off against Ouch in Winners Quarters, he told me that he was washed and was going to get 3-0'd, and here he is in Winners Semifinals, showing that he is a liar, if nothing else.
Their set was extremely close, too. JW ending at Game 5 in a 0-to-death, so you know Ouch is looking for that revenge tour in the loser's bracket, but man, he might actually end up meeting JW again if Big D keeps playing like this. First stock gone in like 45 seconds, extremely dominant.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time...
Oh!
The double spins. This is the spin cycle for sure here. JW's got to be so careful. And he can't even get any of his normal combos started. You saw him going for the jab reset there, and the other Ice Climber, Nana, just said, no, you can't combo me.
Yeah, that is the benefit to having 2 bodies on the field, especially when they get desynced, right? You can have this staggered pressure, kind of playing like Marvel 3, right? You've got your assist character, you've got your point. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Big D, a menace on the sticks with this character!
That was absolutely insane, and you mentioned it, the desyncs. A lot of the time when someone asks for like, okay, how do I play against Ice Climbers? The answer is try and keep them separate, try and kill Nana first so you don't have to worry about her. But the thing is that JW's trying to do just that, and while he's keeping them desynced, Big D's kind of just saying, like, you activated my trap card. That's exactly what I wanted.
Exactly. Big D knows that you're going to be looking to kill Nana, right? So he'll just run up on you with Popo. He has setups for your setups. He's been playing this character a lot of years, man. Melee, Brawl, and in Ultimate. We were talking about actually how Smash 4 players, or players who started in Smash 4 and skip Brawl, don't know how to fight Snake. They don't know how to fight Ice Climbers either. JW, hit the books, my friend.
A 2-minute game as well. We kind of got used to the slowed down pace of Grape and Black Twins trying to zone against each other. That is not what we're going to be getting in this set as Big D just dominates during game number 1. JW maybe looking a little bit lost.
That was quick and dirty, to say the least. Whoa, he actually...
left.
He just won the set off that one game. Hey, I would give it to him too. I think JW just doesn't want to get clipped anymore.
There's no way, right?
No, he's probably just getting water or something. Oh, I see him walking down. Is he trying to ice the Ice Climbers, bro?
He's walking over here. What's going on?
Maybe controller switch. Maybe he needs a headphone splitter or something. I don't know what's going on, man.
I have no idea. He's talking to Grape right now. Maybe
he's like, yo, please teach me how to get into Winners Finals, bro.
How do I get into Winners? But at least going into the next game, it is going to be very, very critical for some kind of switch to come up from JW, because I do believe he dealt less than 100% during the course of that game. He was able to take the first stock, but it was off of a Gimp. Big D was only at like 50.
Yeah, Nana just kind of lost her mind and left Popo for dead. But either way, Big D, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, bro, all those Twitter monsters, like, they post sick clips, don't get me wrong, but no one is doing it like Dawson out here.
Shoutouts to Yossi, though.
Yeah, Yossi is sick. Spinna Climber is sick. And there's one other one that's on the tip of my tongue, but another Japanese Ice Climber that isn't Spinna. These guys are really good, but Big D actually shows up to the events, actually made it onto the PGR, making a real claim for Ice Climbers to not be one of these garbage tier gimmick characters that everyone has kind of written them off to be.
I mean, like the Twitter Icies are clipping dudes on Elite Smash. Dawson's clipping dudes in winter semis. Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying,
there's
bro.
a pretty big difference between those two things. But JW is just like standing. He's standing in the crowd right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, he's talking to Black Twins. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish I had answers here, but
he's hitting up the brawl vets.
Hold on, like, I got you.
What's going on, Jay? Okay, so apparently the stage is like rumbling.
All right. So he wants the stage audio turned down.
Hi, Big D.
All right, production is on it. We'll get JW to a more comfortable situation.
Yeah, so apparently the speakers on stage are like cranked up so high that like every time a hit happens, the whole stage is rumbling, which I guess I understand how that would make you slightly uncomfortable while you're trying to focus on a game.
It's the cost of top 8ing, bro. You know, you got to deal with the crowd. You got to deal with the speakers, right? There's going to be some things that take you out of your element when you're playing on stage in top 8. But
there are some pretty nice tools up there to help them kind of evade the hassles of dealing with top 8. And
go ahead. Tell us about them.
One of the biggest tools is provided by our good friends over at HyperX. They have actually provided both the players who are up on stage, or actually all the players who are up on stage, an instance of the Alpha S headset, which they've all got up there to make sure that they can focus right in on the game. They don't have to worry about hearing the crowd screaming. They don't have to worry about the speakers blaring in their ears. They can focus on just the game. And HyperX, shout-outs to them because they've been doing it big for the longest time. But JW now retaking his seat next to Big D. Big D's just been big chilling up there the whole time.
Big C, bro. Yeah, not a care in the world for this guy. I mean, he's sitting pretty up a game, poised to go to the winners finals if JW doesn't figure this matchup on the fly. And you know what, man? I feel like if you're not from BC, if you're not from Wi-Fi, if you're not from Japan, you probably don't know what's going on with this character. And also, if you didn't play Brawl. I know it sounds like a trope. I know it sounds played out. But there's a certain muscle memory that comes with years of fighting characters like Snake and Ice Climbers, where it's kind of more like a mini game than playing regular-ass Smash with your opponent. And you have like this killer instinct against Nana. You know how she behaves, how the AI is prone to act. And just like being able to execute on that in a snap moment in the middle of a game is actually super, super important. JW, you could tell he's on the back foot here. He doesn't know what's going on to the same degree that Big D does.
Yeah, and I mean, there are those characters. They've been like that in every single game since Melee, since I believe in 64 too, though I haven't played that game very much myself. But they just exist as hard matchup checks. And Ice Climbers, they've been a hard matchup check.
64 Ice Climbers?
I never played them, but...
Well, they don't exist, so you're safe.
No, I'm saying, like, not Ice Climbers specifically, but matchup check characters.
Yeah.
And
every fighting game has them.
Yeah. And, I mean, every time Ice Climbers has appeared in a Smash game, they've been a huge matchup check, be it from dealing with wobbling in Melee to chain grabbing in Brawl to whatever the heck is going on with them in Ultimate with these desync shenanigans.
Dude, they're literally playing Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite more aptly because you have full control over the assist character. It's crazy. And if you're not ready for it, man, like, which almost nobody in the entire world is, then you're going to get knocked for a loop your first time around. So we'll see if JW is able to adapt. I think Greninja has a lot of strengths in the matchup. You got dash attack to burst in there and split them apart very easily. You have a very potent off-stage game, which is one of their weakest points. But you know what you don't have is range on a lot of your moves. Your slower moves have those disjoints, but otherwise the hammer from the Ice Climbers is actually enough to outrange Greninja.
Right, I think JW is probably going to be looking for a lot of those like full hop landing fairs to try and outrange Ice Climber's hammer. But another interesting thing that we actually saw at the beginning of game number 1 that JW was trying to go for was using up B. He was trying to use like the pushback that comes with up B to either push Big D out of position or off stage push Big D into a gimp situation. It didn't work out as well as he might have hoped for, and he kind of abandoned it very quickly. But I actually would like to see him make more use of up B because that's what won him the set versus Ouch.
It is, yeah, just at the last moment, the Wolf Flash failing to reach the ledge because he got pushed away. So, yeah, I think it's definitely a viable strategy against Ice Climbers. You really do want to capitalize on their poor offstage game as much as possible. Yeah, button check maybe. Maybe JW just trying to see if like the bass is not too much for him now. Stage audio has been turned down considerably.
I don't hear it nearly as much as I did, and we're pretty close to the stage and where we are, so it has been turned down quite a bit. We should be getting into the match very, very shortly. I think they're probably talking about like counter pick now. But
20 minutes later.
20 minutes later, Big D has just been on his Sigma grind set.
Yeah,
imagine like how
shattered out of his mind.
Imagine how like hype it would be if like as soon as JW like left Big D like went into training mode and started labbing against Greninja.
Yo, hey man, make the most of your time on the stage, right? If your opponent's going to afford you that kind of opportunity, why not? But it looks like we're ready. I think we're going to be kicking it off. It's game 2 any second. JW, yeah, full gamer lean in effect now.
We can only hope. In terms of counter picks, FD did not work out at all for JW. You need somewhere with platform, so that way you can at least be relatively safe in landing against ice climbers. So he is probably going to be going towards, I guess, either PS2, maybe Battlefield if he wants that extra top platform for some extensions. But I think he just needs anything that's not FD or Kalos.
That said, it is kind of dangerous to give them that overhead shelter because their up air is so good as a juggling tool, right? One of their longest range moves, does a lot of damage, combos well, right? So the ice climbers are actually pretty scary on platform stages too. I obviously agree, like FD is very good for them and you don't really have it out, but also they get a new form of pressure when you add platforms.
Sorry, are we going back to Spring Stadium?
Maybe.
Did they
Maybe Omega.
Did they jump into Spring Stadium?
Oh, it looks like wait.
That's normal Spring Stadium.
Spring Stadium.
Are we playing this?
No, this is a button check. Yeah. Okay.
Spring Stadium's like so close to legality. If it's not for those like top like little ceiling things that you can tech off of.
Yeah, the stage would have been sick. It's like Smashville with the tinier platform.
It's basically like it's the same thing that people hope Hollow Bastion will be.
Yeah.
It's just that little like those top things that you can tech off of is the main thing that stopped it from being legal. So I was just wondering if like we might see the rare gentleman to Spring Stadium here.
Dude, I would have been down, but I'm glad the players aren't doing that to us because I would have had to pretend to get hype when they get saved by the ceiling. All right, here we are. Is that PS2 that he picked?
I think it was PS2. Yeah. I wasn't looking, but I think it's a safe bet. Big D picked back onto the ice climbers, and JW taking one last drink of water to prepare himself to go back under the breach.
Just to make us wait.
Just to make us a little bit longer.
All right, here it is.
20 minutes later, it's time for game number 2.
Greninja versus Ice Climbers, nothing changing on that front. Big D does have a couple other characters in his back pocket, though. He's got DDD, he's got Mario, he's got Captain Falcon. He even has a Peach, believe it or not, which I found insane when he whipped that out for the first time at either Battle of BC or Play with Heart. Forget when I saw it, but yeah, Big D, you know, you might know him for the climbers, but he does have some deep pockets on him.
What is this decent combo? JW cannot escape. 84 and still counting upwards. Can he get out of this?
Oh, falling out of the up tilt just barely. Okay, you're going to see JW with the second lease on life here, but that very well could have been a death combo.
No, it is a death combo.
Yep, you're done.
That is absolutely death. Up tilt into up air. That's the classic kill confirm out of a desync. It's just so insane that like JW takes one hit and he gets one hit in, and that one hit accidentally desyncs Big D, and then he takes 100 off of it.
Right. It's like, hey, I didn't even have to do all that. I didn't have to set it up myself. You did it for me. Thanks, Chief. Ooh, down throw, up air, okay. Just some classic stuff. The mid-percent combos. Can't really get anything too insane. But JW now the chance. Yeah, there goes Nana. Popo almost finding his way into that up air. Swiftly dodging it, though. And there we go. Down tilt fair. No, just barely enough to hang on. Popo a little heavier than you might give him credit for. Oh.
Big D actually saved his jump throughout that entire sequence, too, so he was still able to get back to stage. And I wouldn't underestimate Sopo if I were JW. Big D can still put the hurt on him, something fierce with this singular character. He's looking for those little extra bits of chip damage, and he keeps finding these side Bs. Now JW coming back to stage. The ledge trump bear almost finding its mark.
Bro, the big B's on Big D right now. Who goes for Sopo Trump like that, man? I feel like you're always expecting your opponent to be playing so scared when they're with the one climber. Wow, falling out of the up air. If that was SDI on purpose, this guy's actually just a god.
Big D, I think at this point, with Riddles finding himself in losers, probably the favorite to at least be in winner's side grands at this point. JW, of course, down but not out. There's still obviously the possibility that he finds his way back into the set. But with every desync, every big hit, it's looking less likely.
Just one key hit away from taking the stock. Yeah, it's going to be the up air. Such an active move, especially because Popo swings first, then Nana swings. Like, dude, good luck. And it also frame traps, so have fun getting back down to the ground. Oh, the assist, though! Ice block into Squall Hammer. I like it.
Now getting that side B yet again, and these side Bs, JW's just having like no luck whatsoever getting past them, especially when Big D finds that desync and he can get two going at different timings. It's so hard to get past. Gets the dash attack, but on the wrong Icy as well. He's not having any luck getting started.
Here we go. There's the grab. Okay, couple up airs. Big D still just so close to closing out this game, man. Already at that mid% range for JW, and we're going to see probably up tilt up air become a viable kill option in the next few seconds.
96%, I believe that's about where it'll start killing, and it'll certainly kill at 105, so JW's got to be careful about how he gets off ledge. Big D actually looks for the up smash there onto JW's landing, but he does find the up air. And just the raw F smash out of nowhere.
As a whiff punish on the dash attack, too. Not the slowest move out there. So great timing by Big D, and also just outspacing that burst range perfectly. Going to see a very clean finish to game 2 from Big D, man. He's just looking immaculate. And I feel like all of his opponents, unless they're in that BC, like Elite 4 tier, they're going to be the ones playing catch-up. They're going to have to figure out what Ice Climbers are all about in the moment. And with that kind of informational advantage, you could really make this character look godlike.
Right, it's sort of almost relying on that epiphany when you don't know the matchup.
Yeah.
You're trying to learn it on the fly against the top 50 player. That usually doesn't bode very well for you. Now, of course, it's possible. It happens every once in a while, but it's not all that common, and JW seems to be just another victim in the long line of matchup inexperience.
Oh my god, the Blizzard Wall's just too much for Greninja to approach through. Probably even clanks out the Water Shurikens. Not 100% sure on that, how those two moves interact, but either way, JW has not come up with an answer for this. It's, yeah, over 100%. Oh, dropping the up air. Shadow sneak through. Okay, JW, he's got a chance here. Can he capitalize on this edge guard? All right, he's taking some damage. Juggle.
He's also having a little bit of trouble deciding which Ice Climber he needs to target, because is it more prudent to hit the main one, or is it better to try and kill Nana early so you can only have to deal with Sopo? And that like split-second decision-making is so difficult. JW not going to die there, now actually has full rage on the board, but Big D is going to be able to connect with that, and actually a little bit of rage of his own. Dude,
back air to up smash as a block string. JW getting baited into the shield grab. Nope, not close enough, not enough time. And he's just going to get killed at a pretty early % for it. Look at all that damage. Big D.
55 from, I think, 3 hits. Or 6 hits, technically.
Oh, it snuffs out the jump. Oh my god, almost 2-framing the hydro pump right there. Big D is looking unstoppable here. Is he about to book himself a trip to winners finals? Yep, can't grab him up close like that. If Nana or Popo is actionable and you grab the other one, say goodnight.
Just finds that F smash out of nowhere. Absolutely insane play from Big D.
My God.
And now getting juggled up air after up air. F smash from JW is going to find him a moment of rest away from Big D, but as soon as he's back onto the stage, it's right back into the blender, Max.
Greninja, a mid-weight fast-falling character, super susceptible to those down throw up airs at low %. Oh, all right, finally connects with the forward air, but look at the life lead, man. It is basically impossible to come back from this. Big D is a smash attack away. You got to get the 2 cleanest edge guards of all time or literally play divine neutral.
Yeah, flawlessly, and I don't think anybody short of like a neutral god themselves would be able to avoid getting hit by anything that kills for so long against Ice Climbers in order to get 2 full stocks off the board. JW's off to a good start, finds 55%, looks for the F smash there too, but look at how confidently Big D's just sitting in shield, because he knows if JW makes the mistake of approaching, he's just an up throw away, and he completes the 3-0, the sweep onto JW, sends him to losers quarters, and secures a BC versus Ontario matchup in winners finals.
This is looking so exciting, both for the people in the building, for the folks at home. We have East Coast and West Coast Canada going at it on the big stage for the first time in Ultimate, guys. Like, this is history in the making, okay? BC and Ontario each sending 1 rep. We got plenty of both in the loser side. No one, of course, has been eliminated from this top 8 just yet, but we're going to find out who will be as we take a trip over the losers bracket side right after this break. Don't go anywhere, folks.